Hey everyone, Day here bringing you episode 2 of my Famicom Detective Club The Missing Heir playthrough. So when we last left off, we had just finished speaking to Azusa Kasuga, who had a bit of a sore throat. Kiku, I think her name was Kiku actually. Kiku Ayashiro was someone who passed away. She was like 78 years old. She passed away of heart failure according to our doctor. And Zenzo, the person that hired us, doesn't believe that she actually passed away simply because of heart failure. He feels like there's a bit of foul play at the heart of this whole case. And I'm kind of inclined to agree with darling Zenzo. I do have to agree with him. So with that said, we're going to hop right back into our investigation. We're at chapter 1, the Ayashiro family. We're going to load this up, and we're going to hop right back into it. I just kind of went over it, but I do want to see how the game reviews it, just to see. I probably missed some things. Okay, yeah, we have amnesia. Memory still hazy. You go to Musion Village. There you learn that the Ayashiro matriarch, Kiku, died after her will was read. Suspicious, the butler hired you. You finally remember. According to Zenzo, somebody called you on the phone and asked you to come meet them right before you lost your memories. That person possibly pushed us over the edge of the cliff, because that was my earlier analysis of the situation, of the scenario. So, it's good to have a bit of a recap. I like that. That's also something that you don't get at Ace Attorney, which I feel like it could have benefited from something like that. Because if you walk away from the game for a little too long, sometimes you're like, what was I doing? And you get a little bit of quote-unquote amnesia of the game. So it's nice to actually get a little bit of a play-by-play of what you already went over. But yes, so we're back into it. We're getting ready to travel to where they buried Kiku. So, yeah, little Miss Snippy Snap over there. I'm not going to speak to her again. Not yet, not unless I truly need to. I appreciate your cooperation, Dr. Kamada. Miss Azusa, I think I'll be off now. I'm counting on you, young detective. I'll do my best. I am young. Kaguro Temple. I love the sound effects to a lot of these areas too. It's very serene, very peaceful. Kaguro Temple Cemetery. So this is Kaguro Temple. It's so quiet here. It is. Okay, let's investigate where. Okay, so we do have a little bit to investigate. Ancestral Grave. A tombstone, huh? Okay, nothing to say there. Ayashiro family grave. I like that. This is where Kiku is buried, the Ayashiro family's gravesite. Hey you! Don't mess around by the graves! Another older gentleman. Just what I needed on my poor throat. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't my intention. I find monks to be a little bit peaceable people, so I don't know if I like the voice I give them, but I can only do so much, darn it. You're not from here, are you? You weren't one of the idiots coming to explore the legend, huh? Well, I apologize for yelling at you. Legend? I'm Genshin, the chief priest here. Nice to meet you. I'm Otani from Usugi Detective Agency. I'd just like to ask... What? A detective? What business does a detective have in a village like this? Well... the butler of Ayashiro family. I really don't like that voice I'm giving him right now at all. I understand his doubts, but that's absurd. Even the doctor confirmed Heir cause of death. Even so, would you mind telling me what you know? Very well, then. So I got some more information on my notepad, probably just an update of Genshin here. About Kiku. Did you notice anything odd about Miss Kiku's body?
No, not really. Miss Kiku is resting in peace.
Good to know. Legend. Can you tell me more about the legend you mentioned?
It's a rather disturbing story that has been circulating among the villagers for generations. It's said that when the head of the Ayashiro family dies in vain, they will resurrect from the grave and murder anyone they have a grudge against.
Sounds harsh. I like how shocked we are.
I believe this is due to the villagers' customs of burying the dead instead of cremating them.
You're saying Miss Kiku's body is still...
Of course. She's buried right here, body intact.
Oh, so I guess cremation happens a lot. More so than just proper burials? Like how we mostly do over here, I believe.
Also, the Ayashiro family has another story from the Sengoku period that's said to be the origin of the legend. But it probably isn't something I should share with an outsider.
What they know. Did you notice anything unusual about Miss Kiku before she died?
No, I don't think so. Miss Kiku was always so kind to me. We used to just talk and talk. It's a terrible loss.
She seems like a very nice lady. Like, for being the head of a family and everything, I haven't learned anything, like, dirty about her. For being in such a position. A legend of the Ayashiro family. Please, I'd like to hear it.
Oh, here we go. Fine. During the Sengoku period, the Ayashiro family ruled this land as feudal lords. One day, they lost a battle, and those who managed to survive held a fort at Myujin Mountain.
I love this.
The enemy's lord, in order to make an example out of them, dug up the Ayashiro's ancestral graves one by one. After a long and gruesome final battle, Lord Ayashiro was executed, but he left a curse in his wake. When the war ended, the enemy's lord visited the village, only to die a mysterious death.
Oh.
And thus the legends were born. Some say he went mad from the curse. Others say Lord Ayashiro rose from the grave and beheaded him.
That would be pretty dark.
This is the story that has been passed down through generations and has now become a legend.
Don't have anything to say to that.
But at the end of the day, it's all folklore. Miss Kiku is resting peacefully. I'm sure of it. You think you've heard enough? That's pretty much all I can offer.
Yes, I think so. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so I guess that's that. I just want to look around a bit more, just in case. Can I look? Let me examine Genshin here. That's Genshin, the chief priest. He seems pretty strict. Well, he probably has to be. Just imagine little kids trying to come here and possibly, like, deface the property or something like that. Or in his case, he said that they're trying to, like, investigate a legend or folklore. This must be the path leading to the shrine. The pavement is made for easy walking. Main temple. So this must be the main building of Kaguro Temple. Okay. Don't see anything else, and while I learned of this, I just don't see how that helps my investigation currently. So, oh, I have options now. I can either head back to the Ayashiro residence, or I could head to Myujin Station. I think I'll go back here really quickly. Excuse me, Mr. Genshin. I hope we can talk again soon. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You didn't even have to say anything because the animation was just superb.
Sir Kishimoto, welcome back. I don't know.
Just thought to ask, just in case you learned something new while I was gone.
They're not around at the moment. I'll introduce you later.
Probably came to the wrong place. Oh, the legend. The legend.
Seems like the villagers are gossiping as usual.
You have nothing to say about the legend?
At the end of the day, it's nothing more than a legend. This village still has a lot of ancient folklore. Nothing outside of what I've told you already.
Easy, easy. I'm just making sure I do a thorough investigation here. That's all. Have I looked around this room? I don't think I have. Door. Passage. Where does that lead? I can't see beyond the hallway. Door. I don't know where that leads. This is Enzo's room. I can't go in without his permission. What about this one then? Whose room is that? I think the kitchen's beyond this door. I won't go in. Yet. Well, I wonder if the kitchen's gonna play a role. I highly doubt they'll draw a kitchen for us not to go in the kitchen. The lighting's beautiful and everything's so well kept. There isn't a speck of dust or anything. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's so much better looking than the train station. The train station could learn a thing or three from this place. This carpet is luxurious. And then the staircase itself. This leads to the second floor, but I shouldn't just roam around. I'm just doing a thorough investigation. Can I remember anything? No. I don't want to quit the investigation. What they know. I guess I came back to the wrong place. Let's go to the Museum Station. There's somebody here. I like how they like panned over there just so we can see them. Okay, so I'm back at the station, but nearby people. Wow, everyone teleports around here. What do you want? Oh goodness, another older gentleman. I could only do so many different middle-aged men voices. Not like I could do a younger man's voice either, but still. It only goes so far. What can you tell me about the Ayashiro family?
If you live in this village, you can barely dodge the topic, but you never hear anything good about them. He died a while back, but I heard Miss Kiku's husband was involved in some shady business. I wouldn't be surprised if there were grudges against him. I heard an entire family died by suicide because of him.
A family died by suicide because of Kiku's late husband? Might be a grudge to kill her. But it's not only the family was there. At least that's what we know so far. About the legend of this village.
Hang on a second. I would stay away from them if I were you. Miss Kiku might rise from the grave and come after you.
I don't think she will. I'm trying to learn about her. I'm not doing anything to harm her.
I bet you anything Miss Kiku was murdered, and I bet she's gonna come back from the grave. Better be careful, kid.
Can you tell me more about this legend?
I would stay away from them if I were you. Miss Kiku might rise.
Yeah. She is not coming after me. She is not. I refuse to believe that. Anything more about the Ayashiro family?
I've heard nothing but bad stuff about them. Things like Miss Kiku's late husband being involved in shady business. I wouldn't be surprised if there were grudges against him. I heard an entire family died by suicide because of him.
Oh, I guess that was the same thing. So, that's all you could tell me? Can I remember anything? That's right. I have to talk to the housekeeper back at the mansion. Akane was it? I wonder if she's back. If she's out somewhere, maybe the station clerk has seen her. About Akane. Oh, I'm speaking to this fellow, so.
She was always so cheerful, but ever since Miss Kiku passed, she's been terribly depressed. If I were her, I'd move out of that house right away. Who knows what could happen to her?
You are definitely superstitious, sir. Very, very superstitious. Okay, let's go back over to the station clerk. Excuse me.
Yes, may I help you?
About Akane.
A bunch of people seem to be harassing her about the old legend and whatnot. People are always gossiping about the Ayashiro family. Don't they ever get tired of all the creepy tales?
You would think. Do you know where she is? Oh, the Ayashiro's family housekeeper just passed by a moment ago. She was headed back to the Ayashiro residence. Thank you. Not gonna head right back to where I just came. Seems like we're running this time.
Oh, welcome back, Sir Kishimoto. Akane has returned.
About Akane?
I think Akane is in Mistress Kiku's bedroom.
She came back and went straight to the bedroom, huh? Okay, we head to Kiku's bedroom.
Please, follow me.
Thank you. You have been very helpful for, I guess you are a butler, but still.
Sir Kishimoto, this is Akane.
Hello, I'm Akane, the housekeeper.
Nice to meet you. I'm Otane, from Utsugi Detective Agency.
I'd just like to ask. Yes. But I don't know if I could be of any use. She was young now that I think about it. About Kiku. I know it isn't easy, but can you try and tell me about the night you found Miss Kiku's body? Well, I suppose so. That day, the mistress hadn't left the room. I came to check on her, but by then she had already. It was the day she announced her will. Dr. Kumada says she died of heart failure shortly after falling asleep. If only I had noticed. I don't think it's something you should feel guilty about. But... Interesting. Let me try something else first before I try to go back. If only I had noticed. About Zenzo? As you know, he's the butler at this mansion. Yes, I do know that. Do you know anything else? Come to think of it, when everyone had gathered in the living room, I saw Sir Akira out in the yard. Sir Akira? Who was that? New names. Oh my goodness. I tried to say hello, but I startled him, and he walked off. I wonder what he was doing. Who are you, sir? Zenzo told me that he, Kanji, Jiro, Azusa, and Akane were the only people in the mansion at that time. So who is this fellow? About Akira. And not Akira Toriyama. I'm sorry, who's Akira? He's Sir Kanji's son. He goes in and out of this room from time to time. I don't like the voice I gave her, but she seems like she's going through some things. What they know. I already spoke to her there. Can she explain to me about the book here that she was reading? So she seems like she came in this room a lot. This book seems to be the only one off the shelf. I wonder if she was reading it. No, I guess not. What about the photos? Will you say anything about that? There are several old monochrome photos on the shelf. Nope. Hanging? It's a wall scroll with mountains drawn on it. No? Okay. So, I suppose not. Zenzo. Wait, can I? I want to make sure I spoke to her about everything. Oh, see, I didn't. It was the day she announced her will. Dr. Kumada said she died of heart failure shortly after falling asleep. Anything else? No. Okay, what about Akane again? Well, you didn't notice, and I do apologize that you didn't. You can't blame yourself for these things. It's gonna bother you, unless you had something to do with it. Yes, I know he's the butler. Anything more about Akira? Sir Akira is Sir Kanji's son. He goes in and out of this room from time to time. So he does go in and out of this room. I kind of missed that last time. On a day she announced her will, when everyone had gathered at the hall, I saw Sir Akira out in the yard. Let me examine the door, actually, because I remember this was actually open. Can I examine this? This was open last time. Maybe I have to speak to, let me call engage Zenzo. Can I do that?
Yes, how can I help you?
Speak about Akira. Did Akira visit that day too? Oh yeah, because we mentioned that Zenzo told us that there were no one else there. No one else here.
Was Sir Akira visiting that day? I don't remember.
A phone call.
Oh, there goes the phone. I'll be right back.
See, people will leave the room at one point. Well, Akane's probably still here too. But I think this is the first time I can examine this, the paper lantern. There's usually always someone right in front of me. It's a paper lantern. It looks like they actually used it for lighting, not just for interior decoration. It's a flower display. Wow, I pressed that ending too fast. It's a flower display. I wonder who did the arrangement. Okay, nothing else there. And I still can't go out the doors by the looks of it. Is that something on the floor? Yes, it is. A blood stain. The tatami mat is burned. Oh, I thought it was a blood stain, and it's just a burn.
Oh! I'm sorry for leaving mid-conversation, Sir Kishimoto.
No, I needed you to so I can investigate what's behind you.
I was on the phone with Miss Ayumi. She asked for you to return to the office at once.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Zenzo. Before that, though, I noticed the tatami mat was burned. Do you know why it hasn't been repaired?
Oh, is it? I wonder when that happened. I hadn't noticed it till now.
It's interesting because the paper lantern is what lights the room, apparently. It's not just used for decoration. So, incense or something? I don't know. Oh. There is nothing over there that looks like you would burn it, though. So you don't know anything about the burn mark. How about Akane? Would she know something? Let's switch back over to her before we leave. May I help you? The burn mark on the floor. Oh! Akane? See, this is also something different from Ace Attorney 2. Being able to switch back and forth between people in the room is also a nice touch. However, it might get a little convoluted, but overall, I do like it. Because it's like, as soon as you learn something new, you could go and just try to, like, ask that person if they know anything about it. Akane? Oh, you know something. I don't have my how do you say it? Magmatama? So don't try to lock up on me. What's the matter? You look distressed. Why would you look distressed over such a small burn mark? Seems like this is all I can get for now. And Yumi is waiting, so I head back to the office. Mr. Zenzo, I think I'm gonna call it a day.
Is that so? Maybe I'm just paranoid. But I hope you can get to the bottom of this soon.
Please don't bad omen me before I leave out of here. Utsugi Detective Agency. At least we made it back here unscathed. For now. Hey, did you figure anything out at Musion Village? I was curious, so I called to check in.
Oh, is that why you called?
What do you mean, oh? You went missing once already. Of course I'd worry.
You're right. Sorry, Ayumi, and thank you.
So, tell me, it was like we were gaining so much information. If we could have stayed there for like another 15 minutes or so.
I want to take a look at all the facts so far and come up with a hypothesis. Can you help me?
Yes, of course.
Oh, well, wrong option. I managed to recall why I was visiting that village, but... Okay, time to speculate, I suppose. I was hired to investigate the death of Ayashiro Corporation's chairwoman, Kiku Ayashiro.
And while you were at it, you were involved in an accident that caused you to lose your memory.
My client was the butler of the Ayashiro family. He questioned the nature of Kiku's sudden death.
Kiku died
on the same day she announced her will. I can understand why the butler was suspicious. I mean, dying the same day after you tell people that they can get something from you. The people present were Kiku's nephews and niece, Kanji and Jiro Ashiro, and Azusa Kasuga. Kanji's son, Akira Ayashiro, supposedly visited that day too, but was this mere coincidence? Apparently the cause of Kiku's death was heart failure.
But her death does seem a little out of the blue.
Oh, so I could also lower the text boxes. I'm sure the will contained the details of her assets and who inherits them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be interesting getting to the bottom of her will for one. Like, who would benefit the most
from the will. Are all of their names in there? Because it kind of seemed as if Azusa was a little skeptical. Like, well, not skeptical. She was just mean. Pure-blooded mean. And the fact that she said, let her brothers tell you about the will, kind of sounds like she may not have, you know, a part of the will. Which means we'll have to investigate the Ayashiro Corporation. I'll take care of that. Otani, you should go back to the Ayashiro family's home and see what else you can uncover there. Thanks, Ayumi. I may not have all of my memories back, but I'll do my best. But it's getting late. Let's get some rest and start bright and early tomorrow. She's right. I'm totally beat. I should take it easy for the rest of the night and prepare for tomorrow. Yeah, get some rest. Utsugi Detective Agency in the daytime. Oh, we're outside. I like it. Morning! I started my investigation on Ayashiro Corporation first thing. Roger that. I'll head to Myujin Village right away. Like, I feel like if I actually, like, went to college to, like, be, like, I don't know, like, a secretary or someone that could do things like this where I could just be, like, assisting and helpful to someone, I would like my job 10,000 times better than the job I'm currently working. But that's neither here nor there. Roger that. I'll head to Myujin Village right away. The contents of the will, Akira. There's so much to investigate. Yes, I need to speak to Akira today, for sure. Totally, without a doubt in my mind. I'll start by talking to the Ayashiros about Akira and the will. Sounds good. Just be careful, okay? You better not fall off a cliff again. I like this because I'm going to have to, like, really tone down on the Ace Attorney comparisons. Chapter 2, The Last Will. But the thing is, in that, it was more so like, your assistant will follow you around. We're actually branching off from our assistant, doing our own separate investigations and stuff. Nice touch. Oh, good morning, back again, huh? I heard the rumors. You're a detective, right? And you're looking into Miss Kiku? Well, kind of. Is it true? Was Miss Kiku murdered? Guess I could speak to you again. I already told you where they live. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Of course I've heard of it. Such a creepy legend. I thought I could say more to you since you, like, approached me. Oh, duh, Akira. Doesn't ring a bell. So you don't know who Akira is. And you don't know anything about it. I don't know what to say. I'm just double checking my bases. Okay, so, is that other guy still here? Let me see if you know anything. You need something. Do you know about Akira? Akira, who's that? Oh, I did see a shady looking visitor recently. You talking about him? Possibly? I can actually look around here. Let's see what the sign says. This is the sign for Kamada Clinic. Oh, is it? The more you know. It's a cigarette vending machine. No thanks. I did not know cigarette vending machines actually existed at any point in time. That's news to me. Can I remember anything yet? No. Okay, so I examined. I spoke to him about pretty much everything I could, I think. Doesn't know too much about Akira. Yeah, just a shady individual that waltzed around here at some point. Guess that's it. I guess that's truly it. That's another thing too. It's like we don't have any like anything we can like present to them, so it kind of like makes it easier. That well, not easier, but simplifies things a little bit more. Guess we're done here. We're gonna travel back to the Ayashiro residence. Let's see what we can find out today. And we need to learn more about the will, for sure. Definitely. Good morning, Mr. Zenzo. Good morning, Sir Kishimoto. Sir Kanji is in the living room. I'll introduce you to him. Please, follow me. is Kanji Ayashiro. He's Kiku's nephew. Well, might as well head there.
Please, I'll show you the way.
I highly doubt Zenzo will have anything completely new to tell me right now. Oh, I totally remember this scene too. The trailer showed a lot of these beginning segments.
Excuse me, Sir Kanji. Sir Kishimoto the detective has arrived. Huh? I was taking a breather. This better be important.
Nice to meet you. Sorry to bother you like this. I won't keep you long. I just have a few questions.
Fine. I don't want to say no and then have you spreading rumors about me.
What a nice gentleman you are. Fascinatingly so. About Kiku.
I was totally shocked when she died. I didn't want to lose her as a chairwoman of the company.
I'm gonna have to examine what part of the company you have in place again. I know I might be stepping out of line here, but would you mind telling me about the contents of the will?
I knew you would ask. I took notes when the will was read. Feel free to read them.
Ah, that's helpful. Thank you. Let's see. The note is about Ayashiro Shoji and Kiku's personal property. Shoji. Oh, I guess that's her late husband. It says, all rights as chairwoman now belong to the bearer of the symbol of the successor, Yuri Ayashiro. Yuri Ayashiro. That's someone new. Again. Yuri Ayashiro. Half of all assets will go to Yuri. The other half will be split evenly among Kanji, Jiro, and Azusa. In other words, one person was chosen to receive all of Ayashiro Corporation's rights and half of Kiku's assets. Is Yuri that important to her? And what's this about a symbol of the successor? I haven't finished speaking to this fine fellow of a gentleman here.
He's my son. He's 23 but unemployed. He spends most of his time just fooling around. Must be nice to be young these days.
I heard Akira visited here on the day the will was read.
What? I didn't know that. And besides, Akira wouldn't have known about the will being announced.
They say Akira would visit Kiku in her room from time to time, but was it just coincidence? No, if he was here the night of the will being read, he has to know something. Guaranteed. Documented. I'm going to have to take another look at the notepad soon. So his son is unemployed.
He's my younger brother. He's doing well as my right-hand man. Ayashiro Corporation will thrive so long as Jiro and I are in charge.
If you say so. About Azusa.
She's heavily in debt and desperate for money. Not only was she after the family assets, but she also owes both me and the chairwoman money too. What a fool.
Well, you loaned her money if she owes you money. So, that makes you the fool first. You should know her. I'm assuming she's your sister. You haven't said she's your cousin, so. Well, actually, you haven't claimed her to be your sister. Jiro is definitely your brother. You haven't claimed her. About Yuri. Who is this? So, who is Yuri?
The chairwoman's only daughter. But she ran away from home 20 years ago and hasn't been seen since.
Oh. So she did have a daughter. Or child, rather, in general. Oh, she's gonna be next. She ran away from home 20 years ago. See, I felt like there was something shady about this whole family from probably since then. We're going 20 years deep, at least. Kiku had a daughter, and she's missing? Symbol. What's the symbol of the successor?
I don't know what it is exactly. Apparently, it's something only immediate family members can receive. It's irrelevant to us secondary relatives.
Kind of like the branch family in Naruto. Then that would mean even Zenzo, who's been here so long, might not know about it either.
But if the legitimate successor doesn't show up, the Ayashiro Corporation is to be run by us relatives, obviously.
And since it's been 20 years, you just assumed that she would not come back. Understood. Anything else? Had you noticed anything else strange about Kiku recently?
Nope. Zinzo seems to have his doubts, but the doctor confirmed that she died due to medical reasons. I know it's your job, but it sure is a lot for you to come all this way out to the village. I know you're busy, but so am I. Now that the chairwoman isn't around, I need to keep this company going. I'll handle the Ayashiro Corporate. What I meant was, just leave the company to me and Jiro, and everything will be fine.
I see. Already showing a little bit of your true colors, eh? Definitely. Well, for now, I'm just gonna assume that all I had to do was speak to him once. Can I call Yuri? Oh, no. No way she's here right now, duh. She's been missing in action for 20 years. I know that. What about Akira?
Sir Akira isn't here right now.
So I guess I do have to still speak to you. Oh, I could take things from here too? Let me look around and examine some stuff. Since apparently I could do that. The ashtray, someone smokes. The ashtray is clean and polished. Never mind, no one smokes. There's a pen and paper for taking notes during a call. During a call? Okay, this is the phone. I'm like, where's the phone? It's a phone. I'll borrow it when I need it. Photo. There's a photo displayed. Picture. Looks like a picture of a cliff. The same cliff we got pushed off of. By the looks of it. Actually, the sofa looks sturdy. The graphics are so beautiful. Oh my goodness, looking at this on the TV. The curtains look a little old. Kanji.
What do you want? Just get on with it.
Sofa. The sofa looks sturdy. Okay, so that's the same thing. Zinzo?
May I help you?
Suppose not. And the table itself. There's an ashtray. And that's about it. Why is an ashtray here? Can I like examine that again? Let me double check. The ashtray is clean and polished. Yes, it is. Window. How about that? I can see the yard from the window. Okay, so I think I did what I needed to do with that. Can I remember anything from here? Nothing. Okay, so take the ashtray. No, not the table. I don't think I could take this. I don't think I could take that either. Okay, so I'm not going to try to take anything yet. Not while there are people still in here. So I guess I will ask about Yuri again.
She's been missing for 20 years of all the people right now. Why her, right? Ha!
Okay.
Not only was she after the family assets, she also owes both me and the chairwoman money too. What a fool.
So I'm guessing that maybe she might be his cousin. Or their cousin.
Ayashiro Corporation will thrive as long as Jiro and I are there.
About Akira.
He's quite a burden, if I'm honest. A real failure of a son.
Anything new for this?
You're not done? You want to see my notes again?
No, I've seen enough. Just asking. No, I've seen enough. I can't imagine I can learn anything new from that.
I was totally shocked when she died. I didn't want to lose her as chairwoman of the company.
I can't imagine what else I'm supposed to speak on. The symbol again?
I don't know what the symbol of the successor looks like, would I? I'm just her nephew.
And maybe about Akira again? No. Okay, so that's that. Can I engage with Zinzo?
Yes, can I help you?
So, about Yuri. I didn't know Miss Kiku had a daughter.
I really am surprised that Lady Yuri's name is in the will. She's Mistress Kiku's daughter. She's very beautiful and kind. Something happened in the past and she left. We don't even know where she is.
What's the symbol of the successor?
I don't know, but I imagine Lady Yuri has it.
Lady Yuri. Does she know her mom just passed away? Probably not. Unless someone was keeping in touch with her.
But I never expected. Well,
it's the same thing from before. So, do you know anything else you could tell me at all? Nothing in particular. Anything new about these people?
Lady Azusa is out today.
She's probably still at the clinic. About Jiro?
I've told you everything I know, sir.
I'm just double checking my sources at this point because I don't know what else to do. Mr. Zenzo? He looks like he wants to say something. I wonder if there's a reason he's holding back. That is fairly interesting. Can I, press him again? He seems troubled. I suppose not. What about the will?
I don't know.
And you can't tell me anything new about Kiku, I assume.
I've told you everything I know, sir.
Okay. So, look at Zenzo. Does he want to tell me something in private? Kiku's bedroom. Mrs. Zenzo, I need to check something in Miss Kiku's room.
Are we done here?
Not quite, I'm afraid. I'll be back after I check the room.
Seriously? All right, detective, whatever you say.
Kiku's bedroom. What would you like to speak to me about, sir? Mrs. Zenzo, did you want to tell me something back there? You seemed a bit hesitant.
Quite amazing, sir. You see right through me.
About Akane. No, not about Akane. I thought it was Akira, actually. About Akira.
I couldn't say this in front of Sir Kanji earlier, but supposedly Sir Akira has been arrested by the police a few times.
What? The police?
That's all I wanted to share.
Understood. Mr. Kanji is waiting, so let's get back to him. Documented in the notepad. So I think I'm going to look over my notepad now. Let's take a gander at information. So, some things did get pushed down. What is it? Oh, the chief priest of the Kaguro Temple. The Ayashiro's family housekeeper now has a picture. She's only 19. 2 people that's still missing. Haven't seen him, not fully. I've seen what he looks like from the back. Kiku's nephew present during the reading of the will. And Kiku, head of the Ashiro family, deceased cause of death was heart failure. Oh! I haven't even noticed that I could press the R button. Heart was weak due to her old age, Zenzo's testimony. Shortly after revealing her last will, suddenly died in her room. Her nephews and niece were present for the will reading. Her body was buried at Kaguro Temple. Wow, so I was wondering about that. I've been getting all these updates. Lives in an apartment near Unakami Cliff in Osato City. Works at the detective agency, is worried about me. Okay, the Ashiro family butler, suspicious about Kiku's death, asks me to investigate. Testifies that he doesn't know when the burn mark in Kiku's bedroom appeared. However, I know one person that would know. Kiku's nephew, present during the reading of the will. Eldest of 3 siblings, CEO of Ashiro Corporation. Currently staying at the mansion because of the will reading. He normally lives elsewhere. Was at the mansion when Kiku died. Claims he didn't know his son Akira was in the mansion at the time. Kiku's niece, present for the last will reading. Eldest daughter and second oldest of the siblings. Oh no, they're all related. Duh, I knew that part. Because she's the middle child. Married into the Kasuga family. Plans to stay at the family home in Mujin Village. Has been going to Kumada Clinic for throat treatment. So she plans to actually stay. She plans to stay here. And I know it said that she's tight on money or something like that. Has a large debt. Was dependent on Kiku's inheritance. Kanji's testimony. Owes money to both Kiku and Kanji. Also part of Kanji's testimony. Okay. Kanji's son would go in and out of Kiku's room every time he visited the Ashihiro residence. Unemployed, has had several run-ins with the police in the past. Kiku's nephew, present during the reading of the will, youngest of the three siblings, managing director of Ayashiro Corporation, came to Mujin Village for the will reading. Was in the mansion on the day of the will reading. Okay. It said she holds the symbol that denotes one as the true heir of the Ayashiro family. Ah, the missing heir, duh. Wait, there's more. Kiku's only daughter left home 20 years ago at the age of 25. Whereabouts unknown. Wow. So she's 45 now. She's still pretty young. The Ayashiro family's housekeeper. The first person to discover Kiku's body feels a sense of responsibility for Kiku's death. Spotted Akira in the garden on the day of the will reading. Was shaken when asked about the burn mark in Kiku's bedroom. Aha. Chief priest of the Kaguro Temple. Got one with Kiku back in the day. Or they go way back. Extremely knowledgeable about the village's resurrection legend. Kumada determined Kiku's cause of death was heart failure. The only doctor in Myojin village and Kiku's family doctor. Runs a hospital called Kumada Clinic. Utsugi Detective Agency's chief. I work as an assistant. Ayumi's testimony. Away on a long business trip investigating a different case. Whoops. The name on the memo refers to the distinguished Ayashiro family in Myojin village. They're one of the most prominent wealthy families in Japan. They reside in a mansion by the mountain. When the head of the family dies a tragic death, they rise again to take vengeance on those who wronged them. Myojin village's resurrection legend. When Kiku's husband was still alive, he used all kinds of dirty tricks to gain his wealth. Many hold grudges against the Ayashiros. A family was even driven to suicide. Kiku's last will and testimony is as follows. All rights as chairwoman now belong to the bearer of the symbol of the successor, Yuri Ayashiro. Half of all assets will go to Yuri. The other half will be split evenly among Kanji, Jiro, and Azusa. You guys still get half of the assets. I don't know why anyone would be upset by that. Often hears gossip about the village due to his work. I have 10 pages now. Was saved by a man named Amachi. Lost memories from impact when head struck the ground. Worked as an assistant at Utsugi Detective Agency. Met Detective Utsugi while searching for long-lost parents at the junior high. Was supposed to meet someone at Unakami Cliff. There was a memo written by me, left at the office that says Myojin Village in Ayashiro. I remember my name. It's Otani Kishimoto. I was investigating the death of Kiku, the head of the Ayashiro family. The man who hired me is the family butler, Zinzo. And that's that. So with that wrapped up, I finally have done a thorough look of the investigation notes, which I didn't do before. So I have remedied that. And so next time, we will head back and speak to our, I forgot his name. Let me look at the notepad again. Kanji. We will return to Kanji and finish speaking with him and see if we can learn any new information. Now that we know that his son had run-ins with the law. So, Mr. Kanji, what will you tell us next? Until we get all the information we need, you're stuck with us. And so with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait I actually really just want to keep playing this game. Like, I don't even want to stop. I'm already super invested. But anyways, I will end it here. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Your support has been always immense and I appreciate it so much. And I'm glad that you guys are following me while I go through this journey. I'm trying to figure out where the missing heir is, if she will be returned to us, and you know, if she will come back to claim her half of the inheritance, or if the niece and nephews will try to like just capitalize on the fact that she's missing and has been missing for 20 plus years. And with that said, I hope you all have a great and oh so wonderfully perfectly awesome day. Bye.